All right, hey, all right, guys. All right, guys, I got a story. It's about a young lad who's getting ready to come down to this weekend because, you know, he knew it was big. Obviously, this is the biggest tournament of the year, biggest tournament in the world probably, and he needed to look fresh and fly. So he went to get a haircut, and he's searching all over the city. So he goes to one, and it's closed, and he's like, ah, damn it! And he sees the little blue and red and white stripes in the distance. He goes to that one, it's closed again. He's like, what the shit? This is garbage. I need to get a fucking haircut ASAP. So, you know, he's walking along, and then he sees this little alleyway and he spies some flashing lights down at the end of the alleyway, and he says, yeah, this looks pretty sketchy. I might end up a lampshade in someone's house, but, you know, I'll try this out. I'll go down there. And he goes down the alleyway, and he sees this little Vietnamese woman standing there, beckoning him into her barbershop. She says, yeah, I'm a barber. I'll do you up. You know, she's cutting, she's going, and she's like, you know, what is this for? Like, why did you come to my little back alley shop? And he says, well, you know, it's nationals, baby. I need to look good. And she says, all right, well, you know what? It's fine. You look great. And he says, well, thank you. And she says to him, this is probably, you have probably the nicest flow I've ever seen in my life. What's your team called? And he says, well, I don't know what it necessarily stands for, but it's called Go! Go! Go!
We still thought that the sockeye game is going to be the game. So again, we didn't focus enough on the fourth team in our poll, and they were fired up. They just heard that Sub-Zero beat us, and they're like, oh yeah, we can do that too.
Wanted to kind of clear the air. Like, I feel we suck. We've been sucking this tournament. We just need to address it. Realize that we can't really play any worse. Like, I'm the first one that's been sucking the most, right? Like, it's like 4 or 5. I've been terrible, but none of us have been playing to our level. We just need to address it. And I think we need to focus on just relaxing, knowing that when we play our game, people can't stop us, right? We just have to believe that. Go out on the field, work on scoring 1 point, 2 points, 3 points in a row, baby steps till we get back in this game, get back in our confidence, right? But we need to believe that as a team.
Stick to each other!
Ready! universe point win isn't necessarily what we would have hoped for going into that game, but I also think it was good that we overcame that deficit and showed that we can win a tight game as well at Nationals.
The American Ultimate Disc League, North America's fastest growing professional ultimate league. The best players now playing in more cities. Join us for all of the action.
A hospital stay was about, I think it was exactly 31 days. Everything was done for me. I couldn't lift my own bottle of water. I couldn't walk down the hall without somebody holding me up. Try to learn how to make a fist again. Try to learn how to walk properly. There was a lot of doubt in my mind that I would be able to get back to where I was as a person, Frisbee aside, but just as a person. I remember being there at nights, not being able to sleep, just waiting for the morning for my wife to get there. You know, someone to be there. You have a lot of time to think. I remember the doctors saying that, you know, there's a chance I wouldn't be able to, you know, do what I did before, play Frisbee. Not at the time, just wasn't acceptable. One of the people that came in to fit me for my elbow brace is actually a Frisbee player. And he mentioned something along the lines of, I guess he won't be playing Frisbee this year and probably not next year. And I just remember that really, really pissed me off. And not because he was right, but because that was my choice and not his. On the 31st day, got to go home, and that just felt like, yeah, I was the top of the world. Everybody was my best friend that day. I was the happiest person in the world for sure. My biggest motivation when I got out of the hospital was my family. To this day, I'll say I went through hell in the hospital. My wife went through way more. It's always tougher to be the person on the outside. They can't do anything about it. You're out of control, but you still got to be there. And emotionally, I don't know how she did it. I was on medication. She didn't have medication to take. In 1 month's time, I had to be able to take care of my child. Like, I remember to this day not being able to cut my steak and saying, how the hell am I going to be able to carry my kid?